This is John Bain, and this is a tutorial, a video tutorial on how to use the encryption program TrueCrypt. TrueCrypt. I'm going to walk you through this, the installation, and then the setup and the use. Get a notepad or a piece of paper, something to jot notes down, but you can also pause this video or rewind it, still using old VCR tape or cassette tape nomenclature. Back it up and view parts again that you need clarity on. First of all, you need to learn a little bit about your computer and the software that you'll need. I have a computer icon on my desktop, but if you don't, I'm running Windows 7. You can go down to the Start menu here in the left-hand corner and find the computer listing on the right-hand pane. Right-click on that and go to Properties. What you'll need to do is find out if you have a 32-bit operating system or a 64-bit. So after you go to Computer, you can go on, if it's on your desktop, and click Properties. Bring you this as the same place. This is just your system information. See, I'm running Windows 7 Ultimate, and I have a 32-bit operating system. Close that, and what you'll need to do is have a blank flash drive. I have several drives connected to my computer, and I have an empty one that has no data or information on it, and it is empty. As you see here, I've entitled it or named it for the purpose of this tutorial Encrypted. I probably wouldn't do that for security reasons. Otherwise, just some kind of benign name that wouldn't attract anyone's attention if they happen to get hold of it, of your flash drive, if you lost it. Now, you can name it whatever you want to by right-clicking on it and do rename. Whatever the name of your drive is, make sure that it is empty and awaiting the programs you're going to need. Now, I'm going to open the browser. We are talking about TrueCrypt. It's a free program. I've been using it for at least 10 years. It's a free program, but it is one of those programs that has high level security, is very trustworthy and safe, even though the company that produced it no longer offers technical support for it. They do not produce it nor distribute it any longer, and I'll talk to you a little bit more about that at the end of this tutorial. I want you to go to Gibson Research Corporation. It's a security company. Go to their website. You can see it is at https://www.grc.com/misc/TrueCrypt, TrueCrypt HTM. So you need to write that. If you need a link for that, contact me and I can just send you a link. You don't have to type all of this in, but if you can type it all in and get it correctly, it'll bring you, if it brings you to this page, then you typed it in correctly. And it deals here with the question of whether or not TrueCrypt is still safe, but it has been declared unsafe or insecure by the company that released it and proposed it and distributed it for so many years. But actually they have a new product. They want you to buy it. They're not willing to. They've been so successful with creating such a great encryption product that they've developed one now that's just like it, but they want to sell to you. So they're telling you that this one is not safe anymore. But you can see those who believe that there's something suddenly, all of a sudden, wrong with TrueCrypt because its creators have decided they no longer have so much to give are misguided. So there's quite a article here It is still very safe to use. It is still a very good program. If you can comprehend, I have never used or had the need for technical support for this product, so it is identical in many regards to the version that they have developed now that they want to replace this with. So if you can understand that, this is something that I think the Gibson Corporation still recommends it, and they are distributing it. So I think it is still worthwhile to use. What you want to do is scroll down to the page here. If you're using a Windows-based system, Windows XP, Vista, Windows 7 or Windows 8, 8.1, any of the versions, you want to come to this first one here. Actually, it's offering, used to offer two different versions, one for 32-bit and one for 64. But I haven't downloaded the program, and while I've been using an older version for a long time, and it seems to me the more obscure your version is, the more likely it is to be safe. But anyway, click on this first line here, and it'll bring you up a save dialog box. I'm saving this to my downloads folder. You see it's an exe file. My computer is set so that I can see the extensions, but it's 7.1. Now I'm going to click save there. Alright, didn't take very long for that to download. And what you'll want to do is go to the folder where that downloaded and simply install that. Now right now, click on that, click run, accept the license terms, click next. Just simply install. Just follow the defaults through this. And I'm not going to do this to install for all users. Just for I'm the only one that uses my computer, but I don't need for it to create a system restore point. And just leave these three checked. I'm going to come here, click browse. I don't want to put it in my, I've already installed it on this computer, so I'm not going to install it in program files. I'm going to find my encrypted folder, my encrypted thumb drive, flash drive, and click OK there to select it, the whole drive, and click OK, and now install. Alright, there's the installation program. Don't want to donate right now. Finish. Do you want to view the tutorial? I'm going to say no. If you want to view that tutorial, you can do that. I'm going to click no. So there's the installation file, and going to minimize that right now and minimize my browser. Go back to see my drives in my computer, and there's my, I'm going to open this, and you see there that it did install. And what we want to do is we want to use the TrueCrypt format. There are several different files that installed on the computer. Just actually copied them into this file folder. What we want to do is click on TrueCrypt format exe. If you don't have showing the exe files, don't worry about that. If it doesn't have .exe at the end, then it's still okay. It just means that your extensions are hidden from view. We're just going to follow some of the defaults right here. Create an encrypted file container. Now, let's cancel that for right now and back up. And what you want to do is determine, probably you did when you bought this, you may remember, it may be on the packaging, but if you don't remember, go to the flash drive that you're using and right click on it and show the properties, and it'll show how much memory space is available on your flash drive. The free space on this one is 3.5 gigs. So this is not very large, but it's all that I need for this demonstration purposes. It will do any size, and so what I'm going to recommend is encrypting, making an encryption container that almost fills the entire flash drive, because I'm only going to use the encrypted space on this. So I have one that has 15 gigabytes on it, and I encrypted 10 gigabytes. So you want to do, leave a little wiggle space. So what I would do here is I'm just going to do maybe 2 gigs. You want to do less than the total space. This is 3.5 gigabytes of total memory size. So I would set it just a little bit lower than this. This is actually 3.5. I'm going to do it. I'm going to say 2 gigs. I'm going to make an encrypted container on this flash drive that's 2 gigs in size. If that's not clear, or if you don't really understand what that's all about, it'll become clear as we go. Now I'm going to open this folder again. Now we'll go back to where we were. Let's go back to Format, TrueCrypt Format. Just click on that. Create an encrypted file container. Next. Standard encryption. Next. And alright, volume location. So we're going to do select a file, and it'll bring you to an Explorer window. We want to go to that encrypted flash drive, and you see there the installation files. We want to give, let's create a name. Let's call it clients, and save. So it has created a file name, and I'm going to click there. It is clicked or checked never save history, and then click next. There are several different types of file encryption. I confess to you that I don't know the differences enough about the differences between these all of these types. I generally just accept the default. And there are different algorithms that you can use. I usually just accept the default on that. There are very few hackers that you will know, or that will get a hold of your information, that know much more themselves. Alright, I'm going to, it has either kilobytes, megabytes, or gigabytes, and I'm going to check gigabytes. Remember I said I was going to do 2, so I'm going to type the number 2 there. And it reminds you here, free space on drive N is 3.5 or 3.59. So I'm doing a little bit less than that. You want to use most of it, but not all of it. So if I was using a 64 gig, I would make about a 60 gig container. So I'm doing 2 here, relatively small. And I'm going to make a password, and use a password that you can't forget and that you'll know. I'm just going to use a simple one, and I have a master password. I'm going to use it. Back up out of that. I'll tell you what, for right now, don't ever use the word password as a password, but for demonstration purposes, that's what I'm going to do right now. And if you check this box, it will display it for you. So that sometimes if you hit a wrong key, you don't know it. So we're just using the word password right now. When both of those, when it's confirmed that they are identical, click next. Short passwords, it says, are not very good. So anyway, well, you can choose FAT format or NTFS. I would use FAT for right now and use the default cluster. And it says to put the cursor, the mouse cursor, inside this box and move it around, move it randomly. And it says the longer you move it, the better your encryption will be. So how much time do you have? Let's just do it for a little bit there, and you can see that it's shuffling encryption numbers. This is the actual password that a hacker would encounter if he stole your flash drive or found it. Alright, now we're going to click format when we feel like that we've done that enough. I'm going to pause the demo for just a moment until it completes this. Alright, the formatting for this volume, 2 gigs, is nearing its end. It says it likes about half a minute to go. It has taken about 10 minutes for it to format 2 gigs on this encrypted flash drive. So if you're doing a large file, it could take an hour or two. So don't. If you're doing this on your or with your laptop, then you might want to be sure that it is plugged into direct power and fully charged. It's not going to go sleep or go dead on you during the time when you're doing this, and give it as much time as it needs. So this is finishing up, and we'll have an encrypted file container. Think of it and begin thinking of it as a hidden hard drive. That's really what it is. That's the way it'll be treated by your computer, and I'll show you that when it has finished its task. Now while that is finishing up, you can see in the background here, this is my view of the flash drive upon which I'm encrypting the container. There is the container that it's created. You see that it is a little over 2 gigs in size. It's named clients, and it doesn't have an extension name. So it does, you see this SYS exe PDF. And so that's to give it a little bit, another stroke of anonymity and security. But that is your file folder now. Now if you went to the computer now and right clicked on that encrypted drive and clicked on properties, right click on it and then click on properties, you'll see that the used space is 2 gigabytes. So it is showing, even though that container is empty right now, we haven't put anything in it yet, it's still showing that it's been allocated. It's used for that. Okay? Alright, still finishing up. So as we have that, this when you open it, you'll see your TrueCrypt files. It has resorted those so that clients is at the top of the list. When it has finished, you'll get this from the Creation Wizard, TrueCrypt Volume Creation Wizard. The TrueCrypt volume has been successfully created. Click OK. So if you want to create another TrueCrypt volume, click Next. Otherwise, click Exit. I'll click Exit. Now, ideally, you would want to keep this. Now, if someone, even if yourself, you click on Clients, your computer's not going to know what to do with that. It's going to ask you to choose a program to open that. There's actually not a program that will open that. But that's what Windows is programmed to do. Ask you, well, I don't know what this is. So what do you want to try to open it with? Nothing will open it. So if anyone clicks on it. Now, ideally you'd want this file on a drive by itself. So for instance, I can just drag that to the computer desktop and it'll copy it over there, the whole thing. Now I'm going to cancel that right now, but this is transferable. It'll go anywhere, and it could be on the drive here by itself. The thing is that you're going to need these files to open it. So you can install TrueCrypt on another version, on another hard drive or on another flash drive, and install it on your laptop and keep the client's drive just on your flash for extra security. For this purposes of the purposes of this tutorial, I've installed them on the same drive. But this is, you can copy this and make backups of it. As a matter of fact, you should make a backup of this, a copy of this. And what I would do as even an extra measure of security is there's a feature that Windows offers to hide files. I would right click on this and click Properties, and I would check the box Hidden here. Apply. In Windows 7 you come to Organize and do folder and search options. Come to the View tab, and it says Don't Show Hidden Files. Make sure that is checked. Now you see in clicking, the client's file now is hidden. As a matter of fact, you might encrypt all of these files, or not encrypt them but hide them. Just select them all, and when they're all highlighted, come on Properties, do Hidden. When I click on that now, so that if someone steals this, or if you lose it, someone picks this up off the street and they open it, it appears to be empty. Now if they right click on the icon and do Properties, they'll see that there is data on there. There's 2 gigs used space, but it's invisible right now. So I keep all my hidden files hidden all the time, and when I began to do my own work, I would come to Organize, Folder and Search Options, View, Show Hidden Files, Folders and Drives. OK, and they come back. As I said, if you click on Clients, it will not open. And if my TrueCrypt program is on a different computer, then I'll have to do is simply access that. So I'm going to open the TrueCrypt program right now. This is what it looks like, and you see all your various drive letters here that are available. I don't want to create a volume. I want to select a file. So I'll come here to select a file, and it takes you to your Explorer window. I want to go down to the computer. I'm looking for encrypted. I will open that. And there's my file right there, Clients. Select it. Select a drive. Let's just choose S. Choose any of these. They're open and available. And I want to mount that. So I select this. If you forget to mount, Never Save History is selected, and we see that on the end drive here, Clients. I'm going to mount that. It's going to ask for my password. So I want to display this password. Remember, we set the password as password. I'm going to click OK. Now, in Clients, there, I want to keep this program open while I'm using it, because it has now been decrypted. It is open and available. Let me show you. I'll go to my computer. I now have an S drive. See, I selected, let me go back to TrueCrypt. This is the letter that I selected, S. And so when I go to my computer drives, I now have an S drive, and it's acting just as an available memory space or storage space. You see here the listings in the computer. There's local disk S. Alright, so I can save things to this just like saving to any other drive. If I want to drag and drop something there, I can put that in there. And that is now in the container. I have 2 gigabytes to use. Whatever you allocated, that's how large this storage space is. Alright, so I've saved something there. I might put my 2012 taxes in there. If I'm using a Word document, I'm going to save that. Click Save As, and I want to save it in the S drive. There it is. Click Save. Alright, I have that same file saved in two different formats now. Alright, so you just open that and close that. You can minimize this while you're doing your work. Click it to bring it back up. Alright, when you've finished, now here is the client's file. I'm going to, when I finish, I'm going to click on this, my client's file, my N drive, which is actually the S drive. I want to dismount. This is how you back out. This is how you close down. Now, if any of those files are open, it won't dismount properly. So make sure that everything is closed, dismount, and then exit. Alright? So, when you get ready to work on your files again, you will go to TrueCrypt and wherever it is at. I carry this on my flash drive. I'm not so much. I don't have such high level security. You might want 2 thumb drives. That kind of complicates things. But you'll want to be able to carry this wherever you go. Have a backup copy of these files here, especially your client's folder. And if it's a very large file, it'll take a long time for it to back up. But you're looking for good security, and those are the things you have to do. Again, click on that. Select a file. It'll always go to a different place. Go back to here, click Clients, and Mount. It's mounted. Double click on that, or just simply go to the S drive. And there you have an encrypted file. You can do as many of these as you want. You can create different volumes, different names, and all you have to do then to back this up is just drag it and drop it to another drive. If I have another drive here, let's say my Elements folder, and I can drag that over here, and then when you're finished making your backup, your copies, come back to Organize again, go to your folders. Every Windows-based program will do this. If you're running XP or Vista 8 or 7, then all you have to do is go to Google search engine on the internet and say, how do I hide my files in Windows 7? I'm going to click here, Don't Show. Okay. Alright. Appears to be empty. That's my encrypted or N drive. So you have secure file system. Go read this whole page. I highly recommend this. This company is working on the process right now of buying TrueCrypt from its creators. And they're going to continue to distribute it and use it. And I don't feel unsafe in using it at all. And like you said, you've already tried or looked up other encryption programs that can cost $200 to $300 to thousands of dollars. But this will do the trick. This will do everything that you need to do. It's very simple to use. Once you get it set up, you're ready to go. And anytime you need to create another volume, just do the same thing, and you could have as many as you like, as many as you need. Alright? Give me a call if you need any help or if you need to ask any questions. I think I've covered everything, and good luck with this. Feel free to share it with anybody who needs the same technology.